The YouTube Partner Program, aka getting monetized on YouTube, requires two main things: 4,000 watch time hours and 1,000 subscribers. For those that are wanting to make money on YouTube,
no flow, 5 mil on YouTube in 6 months.
This can actually take a decent amount of time to achieve. I did it in one video. Let's talk about how that happened and what I personally believe led me to getting one of my very first videos to that point. Okay, now I don't say any of this to brag. Mainly, I just want to get your attention to stay throughout this video because I think we have some important points to talk about what the YouTube algorithm is doing today in 2023. Because I don't have the perfect formula for how I did this. In fact, I think that most people that tell you that they have the perfect formula for how to create a viral video are probably trying to sell you something. But after spending hours analyzing this video and what may have ended up leading to its success, I believe that I have come up with some very key attributes to this video that I think that you could implement into your videos to reach the maximum amount of exposure possible. First, let's point out the number one reason that this video as of today has almost reached 100,000 views in just over 2.5 months. Brought me in over 1,300 subscribers alone and has reached over 8,000 hours in watch time, earning me just over $600 since it was published. Currently, if you type Amazon FBA into the YouTube search bar, this video is ranking within the top 10 organic results that you will see. So if we actually look here, this is my YouTube channel. We can see that I published 2 actual videos before this video. So I've got this one here, my second vlog, and then this one was unlisted. I never really published it. And then these are just a bunch of shorts. These ones are set to private, so they weren't even live. And then up here, this isn't a live video. Right here, this is the video right here. So essentially it took 1, 2, 3 full videos to get here. You can see by the views, this one did almost get 200 views. Other than that, I don't think I had another video reach, even shorts included, reach 100 views until this one, now at almost 95,000 views, 291 comments, and a 97.6 like percentage. So really, just to give you some context, this really was my third attempt at a video that by all viewable statistics here popped off or went somewhat viral. Let's talk about how it might have gotten there. First and foremost, let's talk about watch time, YouTube's holy grail metric. From everything I understand and have learned about YouTube, this metric is at the top of the priority list for YouTube. If you can keep eyes on your video and viewers on the platform, YouTube will reward you very well. Let's go ahead and look into the analytics here. We can see we've got engagement. The average view duration on this video is 5 minutes and 36 seconds, which with this being almost a 13.5-minute video, I know is less than half the video, but if you understand how viewing analytics work, that's not all too uncommon. Rarely are you ever gonna have average view duration being the majority of your video. People just don't typically stick around that long. They want initial information and then they'll click off, or they'll see your thumbnail, they'll be interested for a minute, and then maybe it's not what they thought the video was gonna be about, they'll click off. And that kind of shows down here that at about halfway through the video, we still have just under half of the viewers still watching. As we can see, YouTube tells us here that 70% of viewers are still watching around the 30-second mark, which is typical. But one thing that's important to note that I really liked about the analytics of this video, and maybe it's just because I'm new to YouTube, maybe this happens more frequently than not, but the like to dislike ratio was actually very encouraging for me to see so many people engage with this type of content. You can tell because it had over 200 comments on a video that, prior to that had maybe gotten 2, 3, 4 comments, definitely less than 10. But it was nice to see that the people that did engage with this video, that clicked on it, that watched it, seemed to enjoy the content that they were getting out of it, meaning that I did provide them with the information that they sought after when they clicked my video. That is a big key to watch time, is not clickbaiting and giving people the information that they think they're going to get out of your video. The next attribute was that this was a list style video. This video is laid out in a viewing style that is very easy to follow. I go over point by point my honest thoughts on FBA and my journey in the business, segmented out so that you can digest one point at a time, section by section. The next attribute is that it's not too long of a video, relatively. When people see the timestamp on the video, they don't immediately click away because it looks like it's gonna be too long or too long-winded. I typically am a long-winded person. I ramble a lot, but I found that scripting out my videos helps me to rein that in a little bit and keeps me focused on what the actual point of what I'm trying to say is. The next point is that I think I actually did a decent job with this thumbnail. The thumbnail is very clear about what the video is about, and it also leaves a lot to be desired and piques a lot of interest when you see my facial expression and the phrase phrase honest results. People crave the truth and they're curious about Amazon FBA and the wild success stories that they hear about it. So they're going to be interested when somebody talks about their honest opinions about the business to see if they're actually going to get some truth behind these wild claims that they're hearing. The next point is the intro to the video, because I know you've seen videos of people that have made tons of money doing FBA. This probably isn't what you expect to hear. I'm projected to do about this year in my Amazon FBA business. I led with the main hook of the video being the thing that I knew most people wanted to know about, and thought to myself, if somebody was gonna click on this video, what's the one thing that they would care most to hear about in this video? So that hook in the beginning, ideally it makes you wanna stick around to figure out where in the video I'm going to be talking about that. And sure, you could just skip to any point in the video and figure out where that piece is and find out how much I did make. But I'm hoping by that time, I've made enough good points to pique your interest enough to where you're interested in listening to all of the video, or at least most of it. And so you can get the context of how I reached that number, as well as what my plans are continuing on with the business. Next is the tone of the video. This has a lot more to do with your personality and the way that you deliver information. I don't claim to be an expert in this department, and my personality definitely isn't for everybody, but the comments do tell you a lot and gave me a lot of feedback as to what people really thought about this video and the way I presented the information I had. Let's just go over a few of these comments and we can get a pretty quick idea as to what I did really well and what I didn't do very well. So here we are sitting at about 290 comments on this video. I got a lot of this, like, thank you for being transparent and honest about your experience. Most of the videos I see are people telling me that I need to start FBA, make 10K a month, and to quit immediately. It's nice to see someone who's currently on track to their goal rather than just give up. Well shot and thought out video. I've been selling on Amazon since 2017 and can genuinely say it works. Every now and then I do arbitrage. Truth is, Amazon is definitely a viable source of income for anyone who is willing to learn and put the work in. Thanks, you went in depth on details that I wanted to know about. Many of those things is pricing. The next step is finding out where to go from where you delivered in point one. I cannot tell you how many FBA videos I've watched in the past, but this video single-handedly is the most value-packed, honest video of them all. Well done. I really appreciate you making this video and sharing honest results. Great video. All the points you made are so true. This is a good video. The initial feedback that I got was that people did agree with a lot of the points that I had to make. They liked an honest kind of breath of fresh air view on Amazon FBA, but not all comments were necessarily good. There were a lot of comments that talked about some of the negative things, that they thought I was also trying to sell them something. They thought that I wasn't being legitimate. But I can say that overwhelmingly, the majority of the comments that I got were people that appreciated the way that I delivered this information. And a lot of that just comes down to me being my authentic self and giving my true and honest opinions on this business, rather than trying to clickbait you or try to lie to you to sell you a course or anything like that. People aren't stupid and they can tell your intentions. And I feel like my true intentions shined through on this video, which ended up working for my benefit, thankfully. The last point that I think is significant for this video's success is the type of content that it is. Amazon FBA and the whole make money online section of YouTube is very trendy. It's a topic that a lot of people are curious about, whether you actually sell on Amazon or do e-commerce at all or not. Make money online is constantly one of the hottest topics on this platform. This means that competition is very high in this space. But if you can make something unique that stands out, you can get a good amount of exposure fairly quickly. The bottom line is that you can learn all the hacks and tips to try to game the system and the algorithm that you want. But in my opinion, that's not going to get you the long-term success on YouTube to help you grow any type of a long-term channel here. Look at some of the most successful people on this platform. The reason that they're so successful and that they get millions of views and millions of subscribers is because it's really hard to click away from their videos once you start watching them. They have mastered the art of watch time. And I believe that that is the most useful metric that we can leverage to grow on YouTube. Again, some of the ways that I personally believe you can increase your own watch time is to first and foremost have an interesting topic. People aren't going to stick around to begin with if it's not interesting to watch and to learn about. Second is have a personality. I know that I'm not an expert in that field. Like I said, my personality is not for everybody, but you do have to be somewhat charismatic or interesting to watch or relatable or engaging so that people want to be able to listen to what you have to say. Next is to be unique. Sometimes you can get away with not being the most unique person to deliver a message, but personally, I believe that it can't hurt to try to differentiate yourself from other people in your niche on the platform. One of my last tips personally is to script your videos. If you're doing something more entertaining, then obviously you're not gonna wanna script what you're doing. Obviously, if you're doing a video that is more entertaining or for entertainment purposes, you're not going to script that video. But for talking head, informative videos like this, it helps me a lot to script it so that I don't go off track and I'm able to really nail down the point that I'm trying to deliver the most. One of the YouTubers that I follow that also talks about how to build a YouTube channel is Parker Walbeck. And he mentions 3 key things that your video needs to have in order for it to see success. And that is to be relatable, to be relevant, and for your content to be shareable. Any successful video that you see on YouTube will have these 3 keys in them somewhere. Thank you so much for watching this video. Typically, if you followed my content at all, I talk a little bit more about e-commerce, particularly Amazon FBA, and my journey with that business. But the main goal of this channel kind of always has been to just document the process of my entrepreneurial journey, the businesses that I'm building, the things I'm trying to do, and this YouTube channel is one of those things. So I'm hoping that this YouTube channel continues to grow and that we do continue to see more success with it. Thank you so much for the success that I've seen thus far. Having almost 2,000 subscribers now is incredible to me. I know that's not a ton of subscribers, but it means the world to me. Please, if you would, like this video, comment down below. Let me know if there's anything that I may have missed or not mentioned that you think contributes to a successful YouTube video or YouTube channel. But again, I appreciate you watching and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.